Hi, my name is Stan. I'm here with Alejandro. We are at Affiliate World Asia Conference. Alejandro is our user of Multilogin, and he's happy with using our software, and we here to quickly talk about that. Alejandro, do you think you could just explain a bit more about yourself, a bit about your business, what you do, and how Multilogin is used there?
Sure thing. So we've been running traffic for a couple of years now, and there came to a point where we realized we needed more accounts and access to, more places, just physically. That's what I mean. And it came to a point where virtual machines, VMs, weren't working well enough for us. We realized and learned about you guys. I think it was through Google, but I can't remember. It was a couple of months ago, and we just decided to try you guys, and it worked amazing for us. We actually couldn't be happier. So we're gonna still use you guys, and I don't think there's gonna be a substitution anytime soon.
How big is your team?
Okay, so we are 10-person team at this point, and we are running about 6 figures a year. 6-figure company. And we have, the good thing about Multilogin is it gives us access to all those people, so they can all use the platform at the same time, all of them. There's no interruption, and we can keep doing business, wherever we are in the world.
What were you doing before using Multilogin, essentially? What was the process? What did you use?
Okay, so we mostly use VPNs, and they're great, but they're not specific enough. The good thing about Multilogin is not only does it give you the access to a VPN, but it also lets you store the IP. And sometimes where you want to have that specifically, it's just a game changer, honestly.
Do you think you could explain the process that you went through while using virtual machines? What was the process?
Sure. So we would get our stuff done, right? And it came to a point where we would save certain information using a certain entry point, using the VPN, and it worked well, but we couldn't save passwords, and we couldn't get access or get through security measures as efficiently as when we started using Multilogin. So, once we started using Multilogin, we realized that keeping the same IP address, being able to store passwords, and not having to do 3-factor security authentications was a huge time saver, and it let us delegate those jobs into other workers that we trained and hired subsequently. So it really allowed us to step our game up.
Where did you first hear about us?
Okay, I'm gonna say Google and other people, word of mouth definitely. But it was good that we heard about you, I'll tell you that.
When you actually found out that there is a solution such as Multilogin, were there any obstacles that would have prevented you from buying the software, checking it out? What were your main concerns at that point when you went to the website, you saw Multilogin, you sound oh, this might be something interesting, but what were the main concerns that kind of didn't at first allow you to make a quick decision that this is what you need?
That's a good question. So, whenever you're trying to get new solutions like this, what you don't want is to have to pay up front and not get the service that you want, right after. So, looking at the website, in the beginning you're a bit skeptical and you think, will this work for what I'm trying to do? And it's not up until you take that chance and until you try to say, okay, I'm going to try it, to see how it goes, that you can actually see the difference, right? So, the good thing is we actually followed through and we bought the software, and we couldn't be happier, honestly. Looking at your website, you have all the information pretty laid out, and you are pretty transparent about what you do and what you offer. So that's also what convinced us to try out your software.
Is there any specific trigger on the website or at all that made you make a decision to actually, this is something that I need and I want to buy? Is there anything specific like that?
Okay, so on the website right now, given that we started a couple months ago and we've been focusing on other issues, I wouldn't be able to give you a specific thing on the website that convinced us. But using the software, having already used it, I can tell you that being able to be specific, capture IPs and be able to change them additionally. And it's just VPN 2.0. Let's put it like that, okay? Not only are you getting a VPN, not only can you log into anywhere in the world, but you can also log into a specific IP and change it if it's not working. So I think that's a game changer from any VPN solution such as NordVPN or whatever you're doing. VPNs are great for personal use, but once you're trying to get professional, I think Multilogin is a way better solution.
So you're now using Multilogin. Do you think you could describe your working process with Multilogin?
I will tell you that my day-to-day uses a lot of Multilogin. I do use Multilogin to log into all those users that we have stored. And the thing is, if I was trying to do that through a VPN, not only would I have to have a directory of passwords saved, to access all that, but I would also have to go through 2 security measures. I would have to talk to a million people, and it would really shorten up my productivity. Whereas when I'm Multilogin, I probably spend over 5 hours a day using it. And the thing is, having those users and having that information already saved, as well as having the Chrome bit or the Stealth Fox, it just saves so much time, and it allows me to do 10x, 20x more things than actually having a VPN. Because the difference between the difference between having Multilogin and having a VM, a virtual machine, is that you actually get all that information laid out, super easy to use, and it's like comparing it to the early Microsoft versus the early Apple. It's just way more user friendly. So that ends up being 20 times more stuff done. No head scratches, no stress, right? And it's just a proper solution. When you get into it really more into depth, is okay, so now I want to hire a VA, or I want to hire certain people that will perform these tasks on a daily basis. Not only am I not having to train them on how to log in, how to log out, how to do specific tasks that are just menial and that could be taken care of by you guys. I'm also cutting down on the time that they're spending working, so huge savings. And I'm also cutting down on stress from them really not understanding what they're supposed to do, right? Once you're able to take all that and just have a software that gets it done, you can focus on what really matters. And that's what really has changed us using Multilogin. Being able to hire different people and just tell them what they're supposed to do, not what they're supposed to do and how they're supposed to get to what they're supposed to do, which is a huge complication, honestly.
So Alejandro, you specifically said like how Multilogin have helped you. Is there any specific, let's say, a number or an exact ROI that you could place if we compare like the situation before you had Multilogin and you have now? Is there any number that you can have in your head that would explain the, let's say, the benefit, the profit that you got out of using Multilogin?
Sure thing. So I'll actually tell you, before using Multilogin, we weren't even contemplating on hiring VAs because we just thought the process was so complicated. I would actually say I see 100 times return on the investment, or more importantly, a growth factor, right? We were able to grow 100 times our operation thanks to Multilogin.
Could you tell us what is the, let's say, the scale of your business?
It's around a 6-figure business right now, and we use Multilogin for certain parts of our business, so it's not the all end all be all, but that particular part in our business, it allowed us to grow over 100 times, and it just became from one more thing that we were doing to one of the big things that we were doing.
Freaking awesome.
Yeah.
One final question. How likely are you to recommend Multilogin to others, and why?
Yeah. So as I said before, if you're doing it for personal use, if all you want to do is have stored information and be able to access different countries, if the process is pretty simple, just get a fucking VPN. But if it's actually something that you want to hire people to do and you want to save time and you want to monetize on it, go with the pros. Go with Multilogin.
Freaking awesome. We'll blur that out. Thanks very much.
Thank you, man.
It's really good to hear, and it's freaking awesome that the software that is being done provides so much value.
Yeah.
Thanks very much. Yes. Bye bye.